The adaptive cruise control stop and go system maintain your chosen speed, while keeping an ideal following distance between you and the vehicle in front, using data from the camera fixed to the windscreen, and the radar in the front bumper. If the tracking distance shortens and is no longer sufficient, your vehicle will then slow down without any action on your part on the brake pedal. When the following distance is sufficient again, your vehicle will return to your set cruising speed. To switch the function on, first press this button. The function can be activated between 0 and 105 miles per hour, 170 kilometers per hour. The message Adaptive Cruise Control On appears on the instrument panel, and this indicator light comes on with dashes to indicate that the system is waiting to store a cruising speed. Once the desired speed is reached, press one of these switches. The function is then switched on and the current speed is stored. The speed appears in green on the instrument panel, accompanied by this indicator light. Please note that the minimum speed which can be stored is 18 miles per hour, 30 kilometers per hour. You can change the cruising speed at any time by pressing plus or minus repeatedly until you reach the desired speed. Please note that when cruise control is activated, a following distance is always activated by default. This corresponds to a 2-second following time, displayed in green on the instrument panel. The following distance between you and the vehicle in front can be adjusted by pressing this switch several times. Horizontal following bars appear on the instrument panel corresponding to the desired distance. The further the bar is from your vehicle, the longer the following time. 2.4 seconds approximately for a long distance to 1.2 seconds approximately for the shortest following distance. Once the cruising speed is stored and distance control is activated, you can take your foot completely off the accelerator and brake pedals. However, you are strongly advised to keep your feet close to the pedals to be ready to intervene if necessary. If the camera and the radar detect a vehicle in front, this will appear on the instrument panel. When you come up to a vehicle traveling slower than you in the same lane, your speed will adapt accordingly, observing your selected following distance. If the vehicle in front accelerates, your vehicle will also accelerate until it reaches the chosen cruising speed again. Stop and go adaptive cruise control is a real help when driving in traffic jams. When the vehicle ahead of you slows down and stops before moving off again, your vehicle can do the same, without you having to touch the pedals. If the vehicle in front of you starts off again within 3 seconds, your vehicle starts off again automatically. If the restart takes place between 3 seconds and 3 minutes, simply tap the accelerator or this button to reactivate the cruise control and its stop and go system. Important: after 3 minutes, the adaptive cruise control will be deactivated and the electronic parking brake will be applied. You will then have to restart the function. Be aware, however, that the function has limited braking power and cannot provide emergency braking. If the detected vehicle appears in yellow and a single beep is emitted, the system is indicating to you that you must be vigilant and therefore prepare to act. If this image accompanied by a continuous beep appears, you must react immediately to avoid the risk, because the adaptive cruise control is not able to brake sufficiently to avoid it. You can exceed the cruising speed and overtake at any time, simply by pressing the accelerator pedal. Please note that switching on the flashing indicator temporarily reduces the stored following distance and increases your vehicle's acceleration to enable overtaking. During overtaking, the cruising speed will flash in red on the instrument panel. If the distance from the vehicle in front is less than the distance you have selected, the distance control function is no longer provided and the following bar flashes on the instrument panel. Once overtaking is complete, release the accelerator pedal naturally so that cruise and distance control resume automatically. The system can be put on standby by pressing the brake pedal or pressing this switch. The cruising speed and the following distance are then stored. The indicator light appears in grey on the instrument panel, accompanied by the message Adaptive Cruise Control disconnected. Just press this switch to reactivate the system. The last settings that were saved are then restored. Pressing this switch reactivates the cruise control function without applying the stored speed. Your current speed will then be applied. Lastly, to deactivate Adaptive Cruise Control Stop and Go, just press the first switch. To ensure the system functions correctly, make sure that the camera and radar are not obstructed, for example by dirt, mud or snow. Note that the Adaptive Cruise Control is intended for driving on motorways and main roads. The function may be temporarily disrupted when the visibility of the road is poor or if it includes hairpin bends. The camera and radar only detect vehicles traveling in the same direction as you. In addition, you must deactivate the Adaptive Cruise Control if you are towing a trailer. Finally, bear in mind that this feature is an additional driving aid that must not replace your vigilance as a driver. Generally speaking, always adapt your speed to the traffic conditions, irrespective of the system's indications.